Hi. Um, I want to welcome you to my channel and kind of introduce myself and introduce what this channel is going to be about, or at least what I think this channel is going to be about. So my name's Jami Fowler, and I live in Midcoast, Maine. Last year, I was fortunate enough to finally be able to purchase a house. And because I had a VA loan, I had to be really picky about the house that I bought. And the house had to be move-in ready. And I am now sitting in the house that I purchased last year. It's a beautiful house. It sits on 1 acre of land, which was maintained in probably the standard American way. The lawn was mowed very consistently, and all the grass clippings were collected and dumped into a pile to compost. So the soil on the land is very sandy. It's very nutrient poor. There's not a lot of biodiversity on the land, especially the parts that have been mowed. So one of my goals for this piece of property that I'm a steward for is to increase biodiversity on the outside part of the house. I'm going to do that through selectively mowing and mulching using a scythe, which should be delivered any day now. I'm planning on putting in large permanent native plant beds that will be coupled with fruit and food bearing trees and bushes. And I also have woods. About half of the property is wooded. There are a lot of very mature oak trees. I've got some ash. I've got a couple different kinds of maple. I have beech. I have birch. I have cherry. Not all of the trees are doing really great. Some of them are dying. A lot of the beech has an fungal infection that causes the leaves to curl up and die, and it also creates like nodules all over the bark and in the wood. So I'm probably going to be harvesting a lot of the beech just because it's not really thriving, and it's already under the it's smaller wood, smaller trees that are growing under the canopy of the mature oaks. And because they're really struggling, I'm probably gonna just take those out this winter. Some of the trees that are dying, I'm going to leave because as I've just kind of sat on the property this year and watched what happens outside, because I'm backed up to a very large green belt. There is a lot of potential for biodiversity on this piece of property, and a lot of the like the beech and the cherry are dying. They're not huge trees, but they are dying. But they have a lot of they're still providing a lot to the natural world. There's still a lot of caterpillar activity. There's nuthatches and flickers and even pileated woodpeckers that come to these trees to harvest insects out of the wood that's dying. There's also sapsuckers. And if I just cut those trees down because they're not pretty, I'm taking that habitat away from all of these animals that are coming onto my property and treating this as a, very consistent, stable food source. And because of the pressure for migratory birds and insects and pollinators in general, I really don't want to take those trees away. So that's a little bit about what I'm going to be doing to the outside of the property, and I'd like to film videos of the work that I do to bring, regenerate soil health and bring biodiversity back into the land that this house sits on. And then inside the house, it's a cute little house. We have enough space for my daughters and I to each have our own bedroom. We have a really nice living room with a vaulted ceiling, which I'm going to kind of do a little home tour just to kind of show the different projects that I plan on doing over the course of however many years it takes. Hopefully not many, many years, because I have building projects I want to do out in the woods that I would really like to vlog about. And I don't know if anyone's actually interested in what I'm doing here. I'm just a middle-aged, single mom, business owner, part-time college student, Army veteran, and I'm learning as I go. And a lot of this I'm just making up as I go because I want my house to be pretty. I've never had my own home. I've always either had an apartment or I've lived with a partner. And when I live with a partner, I kind of put all of my wants and needs and desires and the things that make me uniquely me, I put those on the back burner and prioritize my partner's wants, needs, and desires. And that goes really great for both of us for a while until I burn out, because that's not living authentically as myself. And it's taken a lot of therapy to get to the point where I know this about myself. And I'm also really, really fortunate that I finally have my own space that I can make however weird and charming and cozy and homey and unique as I want. And it's going to probably involve a lot of color as things come together. But I do have some projects that are a little bit higher priority than others, and I would kind of just like to take you on a tour of that and kind of explain some of the projects that I'm planning on doing or anticipate doing. And each of those will be its own, mini series through this channel, which I haven't even come up with a name for yet, but I have a couple names in mind, and we'll see what happens when I upload it. So I'm gonna pause here and flip this bitch around and show you some of the projects that I have going or anticipate doing. Okay, so we're at the front door. This is just a pile of things that need to go down to the basement. This is our recycling center, and it's right by the front door because we do a lot of canned cat food, and I make the kids wash the cans out before they get recycled. But even when the can is half full and the cat food cans have been washed, they still smell. And it just made sense to me to keep the recycling center by the front door, but it is ugly. So I would like something here that's built in, that is like a table, and the recycling cans slide into it with space for the cardboard, and then somewhere to organize mail and incoming and outgoing paperwork. Over here, we've got this IKEA bench that's actually a TV console that we use for hats and mittens, scarves, and then the kids' shoes, and my catch-all basket, which I need to do something with. Over here, we've got the paper shredder with a pile of paper on top of it that needs to get shredded, plus wild bird food and a small tote of gardening supplies. And we have a lot of coat hooks because we have a lot of coats, and we don't have a coat closet. So this room needs a little attention. And I also need to trim this window screen because the cats like to sit here and look out at the birds in the winter. So this all needs better organization. I'd really like, I don't even know what to do with this yet. I think if I do something with this recycling center, it will help with a lot of this. All the stuff on the windowsills, the little catch-all basket. I could probably get the paper shredder into the recycling center too, which would be really nice. All right. So then we have, this is our kitchen table. It's also the island, and it's also where the oven lives and the range top. This is where I sit. We've got the trash can down here. This is my paperwork doom pile. This needs organization. And we also have, this is where the kids' devices get plugged in at night so that nobody has a device in their bedroom. One of the things that I really need is another outlet on the other side. Over here, where all the oils are. Because right now, there's nothing. And I feel like a second charging center here, or just an outlet, means that I could use this space a little bit differently. Maybe even bring my doom pile, my paperwork doom pile over here, put the oils over there, and all the charging stuff is away from the eating area, because this is also where I'm storing like things that I use pretty regularly for house repairs. So this needs to be dealt with. Over here on this wall, this is school lunch bags, after school snacks and lunch snacks. And then the bottom two shelves are like pet supplements and canned pet food. And there's also like jars, like little kids snacks down there. It's not enough storage space, especially because I like to buy the kids snacks in bulk if possible, just so that they have free access to this. If they're hungry and they want a snack, I try to get a mixture of like junk food and healthy food so that they have what they want when they want it. So what I'd really like is a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf that's got room for everything and cabinets on the bottom to hide the messy stuff. But we need open shelving because we have to see what we own. And then I want to put another bookshelf along the top here to store dried beans and things like that, to free up some of the cabinet space down here. This is where all the like dried beans and grains live. But it's kind of, even though it's open shelving, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And a lot of times I forget that it exists until it's too late to soak beans for a meal. But if it was sitting here and I could see it when I was sitting there, it would be more of a reminder, oh, hey, we have all these dried beans, let's cook some. So that's the kitchen. There's a few projects in here. Here's my bedroom. And the biggest problem with my bedroom is that I don't have a closet. So I put up these like 3M hooks to just hang up sweaters and coats and things that don't fit out there. But I don't really have like shoe storage. I don't have anywhere to store, like this is birthday cards and gift bags for kids' birthday parties and things that we go to. Here's our little like IKEA charging station plus extra lunchbox stuff. It's kind of an out in the open, highly visible mess. So I am planning on building a closet here with, instead of storage that goes this way for hanging clothes, I'm going to have curtain rods that go this way with a sliding barn door. There's the box for the barn door. And then the other problem is that I really wanted to keep my queen size bed. I don't have room for a closet in here. These are the stairs for the dog to get up and down. All of my clothes are still being organized and sorted in cardboard boxes from when I moved in 8 months ago. So I really need a book. I want a shelf that's like a bookshelf, but has like tilt out drawers at the top for underwear, bras, and socks, and then just open shelving. I don't want drawers. I don't mind being able to see my clothes. It doesn't have to be closed front drawers in order for it to be tidy and organized. What it does need is to not be in cardboard boxes. So this is believe it or not, this is a low priority item, but it is here. This is a project that I need to do. My bathroom has these open shelves. The problem with the shelves is there's way too much height between them. So I feel like I'm losing a lot of storage space. I even put in like a little spice shelf riser in the back just so that I could see the stuff at the back on this particular shelf. This one, and the other problem is that they're so deep that like a lot of the storage isn't even functional because it's so far back and it's so hard to reach that it's just kind of overflow. And it's wide open, and one place I really don't like having open shelving is in the bathroom. So my plan here is actually like a full bathroom remodel, which I'll explain in a second. But my plan here is to take these shelves out, build a rolling cart that pulls out, that's more efficient for storage space, and it's closed. So I won't be able to see everything, but when I'm in the bathroom, I'll be able to just pull it out and see what I need. Because a lot of this stuff is not stuff that I use on a regular basis. Like I've got my supplements, and a lot of these are just like, it's all the extra stuff that I need when I need it, but I don't need it all the time, if that makes sense. My problem with the shower is that it's literally the smallest shower I've ever been in my life. It's so small that I can't wash my hair. Here, let me just show you. Haha. Okay. I'm in the shower. I'm showering. If I want to wash my hair with both my arms, now I'm outside of the shower with this elbow and I'm hitting the wall on this side. If I'm on this side, I can't even put my arms up all the way to wash. So normally I end up standing diagonally to do it. But in the process of doing that, I knock this shelf off of the little suction hook things, or I knock the shower sprayer down. Like there is not enough room in the shower to properly shower. I can't even and when the water's running, there's nowhere to get out of the water. So I'm constantly rinsing out my loofah or my scrubby while I'm washing my body because the water is running over me while I'm bathing. I know I could just turn the water off, but that's and I do, but that doesn't fix the space issue. So the shower plan is higher priority because it is directly tied to my comfort and the functionality of this room. What I really want to do, this is not a load-bearing wall. This wall was literally just built to support this plastic shower surround. So when I take these shelves out over here and I build the rolling cart, that's going to give me probably an extra 12, more than 12, probably an extra 18 inches of shower space. This is a really ambitious project, and this is the whole reason I actually thought about starting this YouTube channel. Because what I want to do is build that cart, the rolling rack for all the storage stuff, take this wall out, take this out. And then I'm going to tile this wall and this wall, build a new wall. Oops, can't even see me over here. I want to build a new wall over here that butts up to this rolling cart. That way I actually have an appropriate shower space to bathe in. And I can even because this is still so shallow, I can bring my shower out probably another 6 to 8 inches before I put the little step, just to give me a little bit more room. Now, the reason that this is probably an overly complicated project is not just that I want to remodel a bathroom when I have very little experience doing this kind of work, but I'm going to make all the tiles myself and fire them in my kiln. I haven't decided if I'm going to use mason stains to color the clay and just make colored clay tiles. That way I can just glaze everything with clear and it'll be easy to glaze it. I don't have to fuck around with different colors of glazes because I want to do like a really cool mural. Or if it'd be easier to just do white clay and do colored glazes, or do something like terra sigillata, which is like a colored slip that you put on top of a white clay body, or a colored clay body for that matter. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, so I haven't started on this project. But this project in particular is my baby. It's going to be a very big project. It's probably going to take me over a year to do everything from planning it out to making the tiles to building the cart, taking out the wall, taking out the shower surround, doing all new waterproof backing board, and I'll probably I may have to retile some of the floor in the process. I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but that's a big project, and that's one that I'm really looking forward to doing. All right. Hold on. All right, so now we're coming into the living room, and this is kind of the last space that I have major plans for at this time. Hello, Hazel. Are you going to say hello? You want to say hi? Mwah! You're a good girl. And over here we have Pudding, a little cat tax, making some biscuits on the couch. So this is the living room. I'm just going to do a quick pan around, and then I'll explain the projects that we have planned. That I have planned. There's no we, there's just me. All right. So, to start with, you'll notice that the couches are sitting directly on the floor. That's because out here, unfortunately, it's raining today, but I have been repainting the couch frames in these really bright, fun colors, and then varnishing them. And right now, everything, couldn't paint yesterday because it was too windy and it was blowing a lot of crap out of the trees. And today it's raining, so those are sitting on hold for right now. When those are done, we're going to put one of the couches back together and we're going to sell the other one. I haven't decided which is which yet. This one, they're both exactly the same. I'm sewing covers to fit them because they're actually, it's kind of like a futon. So it's a twin size bed with a twin size mattress for the back. So it makes kind of like a big cloud couch. How it is not a futon is that it doesn't unfold, it doesn't come apart. You can take the cover off of this one and throw a sheet on it if you want, and you end up with two twin size mattresses. But these are like really expensive twin size mattresses. They're really comfortable to sit on. I slept on a futon and I sat on a futon for many years when I lived in the yurt with Zach in Appleton, and this is much more comfortable than a futon. It's more like a cloud couch. So, but we don't need two of them. The girls want hanging chair things. So one of the couches is going away. This wall, I'm going to wallpaper it with fabric from the fabric store. Ignore the speaker wire cord, that needs to get dealt with. All these pictures need to get hung up on the wall. This is going to get wallpapered with fabric. And then I'm building in bookshelves here because my bookshelf overfloweth. I have stacks of books here, stacks of books here. The bookshelves are full. There's actually more bookshelves underneath these sewing patterns. A lot of the boxes in my bedroom that my clothes are sitting on are also full of books, plus I have books down in the basement. So I want built-in bookshelves, and then I can also get rid of this bookshelf over here, which is literally just holding up my speaker, and it's where we store all the board games and card games and things. And the firewood rack, which is normally full, but it's not because it's August right now. That will get, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It'll probably get moved over here again. So that's a big project, and this is actually highest priority right now. Well, couch is highest priority, followed by the bookshelf, because once that bookshelf is built, I can move these books onto that bookshelf. I'm going to move this bookshelf into my bedroom and store. Hey, be nice to the cat. Store my clothes on this bookshelf until I build something better for my bedroom. And then we have this huge vaulted ceiling that goes up to the second floor where the kids' bedrooms and bathroom are. And what I envision for this, I'm going to put a cat door either here or here. Eventually, someday, this is going to be it's going to be like a platform. I don't know if it's going to be like timber framed, but there will be more bookshelves up here with a kids reading nook, and this will come out here. It won't fill the whole space. It'll probably only come out about to where the edge of that picture frame is. But I want to have like a little reading nook with some bean bags and bookshelves and things up here with beams running across that I can hang herbs and things off of. Up here, until this gets built, because this is years and years and years away, this is going to be a cat wall. And the cat wall is going to go all the way up. I've been saving apple branches, and I've been looking for like cool, fun sisal rope and twine, and that's going to be like the cat area with shelves and climbing stuff and scratching posts that will, and I may even install a little net here just in case they do fall. There's something to catch them, but I also don't feel like they're going to fall, and because they're not declawed cats. All right, so for the most part, that's it. I would take you on a tour of what I want to do outside, but I'm going to have to save that for another day because it's raining, and I don't like to go out into the wet if I can avoid it. So that's kind of it in a nutshell for now. This is me. Kind of showing my sticking points. I would show you the basement, but the lighting down there really sucks. And right now it's mostly, I've got my wood shop down there, which is really just a glorified closet with a lot of sawdust in it. Laundry is down there. I'd really like to put a sink into the laundry space and a bathroom. Since there's a drain for the washing machine, I don't see why I couldn't tie a toilet and a sink into that drain. There's a TV room down there for the kids if they want to watch TV on a big screen and we're not watching something as a family on the projector. And there's also my sewing space and my desk, which I literally just installed this weekend. And that's where I'll be doing video editing and my schoolwork. So that's kind of what we've got going on. I'm really excited to watch this channel grow and probably to be able to look back and see my own growth also. I think it'll be interesting. And if you've stuck around this long, I'd really love to hear what you think. Leave a comment. Tell me, which of these projects you're most excited to see come to fruition. Don't forget to smash that love button and, and subscribe if you're interested in following this journey and you want to be able to say, like, I was following Jami when her channel was brand new. Like, not everybody gets to say that. So here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. Yeah. Don't forget to be kind today. I love you. You're doing great. And I'm proud of you, as one of my favorite podcasters says. And I'll see you around. Thanks for watching. Last year, after a series of unfortunate events that led to... Okay, I'll take that as a no. How do I want to say this?